Good afternoon. My name is Natalie.
And I am Shelia.
Thank you for joining us for this week's SITREP. As always, before we introduce our guest, we will discuss about MVPN and military and the Veterans One Stop. So as you know, for MVPN, we offer peer support services, community resource assistance, and volunteer opportunities, as well as trainings. For the peer support services, we have one-on-one peer support, which is like our battle buddy type program, where you and a volunteer will get together to determine when and how often you guys talk, just so you mostly have that control on the support that you're receiving. We also have different peer support groups that we hold throughout the week. We have Haven, which stands for Harassment, Assault, Violence Ends Now. We have Yarnaholics, our crochet group. Pathfinders, our general peer support group, and the other side for dependents and spouses. And then we also assist with community resources. So literally anything that you need. Where can you get rental and utility? Where can you file for disability? Assistance with employment? You can come to us, and Shelia likes to call us like a 211. And if we can't help you here at the One Stop, we can refer you to an agency that can. Volunteer opportunities. We're always looking for volunteers to assist us with things that we're doing out in the community. So if that's something that's interesting to you, please feel free to reach out to Shelia or myself for more information on the requirements for that. And then lastly, our trainings. We hold suicide prevention, suicide awareness trainings, such as mental health, first aid, ask about suicide to save a life, CALM, which is counseling on access to lethal means, and SAFE training, which is in collaboration with the VA. We also do parent cafes, which is in collaboration with the Center for Children. And basically what they do is they use the 5 protective factors to build a healthier foundation within families. And of course, our military cultural competency training, which is open to anyone in the community that just wants to get a little bit more familiar with signs and symptoms that they'll see when working with the SMVF community. So I think I covered everything. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Shelia.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So Natalie covered MVPN. I'm going to go ahead and cover the services that the Veterans One Stop Center offers. So they offer free mental health services for the veteran, service members, and their family. It doesn't matter your discharge status if you're a veteran. And then it doesn't matter what era you served in. So pre 9/11, post 9/11, we're going to take care of you. We also have, the counseling they offer is individual, marriage, and family counseling. So I want to make sure I put that out there. We also have other organizations housed with us. We have the Veterans Business Association, so they can answer any questions you have in regards to starting your own business, or if you already have your own business and you have questions, they can get you squared away. We have 2 education department or people here. So we have Grand Canyon University and we have Western Governors University. The good thing about both of them is you don't have to be going to that particular university. If you have questions regarding education, they can get you squared away. We have Texas Veterans Commission Disability Claims Department, so they can help you with filing your disability claim, or if you have one and you just want to raise it or just have questions in general, they can get you squared away. But for them, you do have to schedule an appointment, but myself or Natalie can get you squared away with getting scheduled with them. We have OSAR House here, which is outreach, screening, assessment, and referrals. They pretty much cover anyone that might be having issues with substance use. It could be alcohol or anything harder. We have the community health workers here. They're the ones that's out in the street talking to people that are experiencing homelessness. They provide them with resources, baggage that has like tents and socks and everything else in it. We have SUD employment. They pretty much help those that are, like I said, have issues with substance use, seeking employment once they are able to recover from the substance use. And I think I covered everybody that's here. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our guest for today, who has been on our show numerous times, but we greatly appreciate it. Don Parrott. Did I say right? Don Parrott.
Yes, ma'am.
Texas Veterans Land Board. He's gonna go ahead and tell you about the program and what services they offer for the community. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to you.
All right. Thanks, Shelia. First and foremost, I just want to thank you for inviting me on to your SITREP. I think this is a great program to get valuable resources out to the community for those individuals that may not, have access to the means to understand what resources are out there, what you're doing here, bringing in different organizations. It's just a testament to both of your dedication to the veteran community. So, as a veteran myself, I appreciate it. And, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy coming on here, is because, if we don't support it, we can't keep it going. Right. And, you stated I've been on here multiple times. Even when I was with the Texas Veterans Commission, I came on, I'm always going to continue to support this, whenever you need me to come on. As Shelia stated, my name is Don Parrott, and I am a marketing specialist with the Texas Veterans Land Board. The Texas Veterans Land Board, it has been around since the tail end of World War II. The original purpose of the VLB was to assist returning World War II veterans with purchasing land in Texas. The VLB is a state agency, much like the Texas Veterans Commission. As a matter of fact, the Texas Veterans Commission and the VLB share duties on the call center that veterans can reach out to. So if they have questions about the VLB or TVC or vice versa, somebody from one of the two organizations will be able to assist them to get them to the right individual that they're trying to reach. With the VLB, their three primary programs are the land loan program, housing assistance program, and home improvement loan program. Now, with the land loan program, it's one of those things where Texas is such a big state that there's tons of land out there, to purchase. And, one of the best things about a veteran using the Veterans Land Board is the most companies that are, that you're getting a loan from for land, they're going to ask for, somewhere between 15 and 20% down, on the property, whereas the VLB, it's 5% down. So the interest rate is about the industry standard. It's right around 6.5%, but it's the low down payment that is attractive for the veteran. With the housing assistance program, veterans can borrow up to $647,000 to purchase a home. Now, what's interesting about this program is the VLB doesn't actually do the loan. What they do is they work in conjunction with the VA, FHA, or conventional financing. Now, most veterans, they use the VA because they don't want to pay the fees that are associated with purchasing a home. And so if they use the VLB, the great thing about it is they can actually borrow more money. They still get out of paying the fees if they use the VA. And if they are 30% or more disabled, they qualify for a discounted interest rate, which is always a 0.5 percentage point lower than the market. And to me, that's like the selling point. I wish I would have known about the VLB 4 years ago when I bought my home, because, I used the VA. Shelia, I'm sure you used the VA, and it would have been nice to know, hey, I could have saved a 0.5 percentage point, because over the course of a loan, that's a lot of money. And so for those veterans that are interested, when they go to the website, we actually have a list of preferred lenders that work with us, and they're very in tune with the VLB program. So, and the way they become a preferred lender is they have to do so many cases a year with veterans and the VLB, and the veteran can go to the website, they can look up the preferred lenders by zip code, and those, like I said, those lenders, they understand the program really well. So it helps the veteran by helping guide them through the process, makes it a little bit easier. For those veterans that already own homes, they have a home improvement loan program, which I think is probably one of the best programs that we have, mainly because, we're always looking to upgrade or add on or just do, different projects in our homes. And it's something that's nice to have, where you can borrow up to $50,000 for projects up to 20 years. There's no down payment for the veteran. They choose the contractor. There's a one-time closing, and the funds are usually available within 3 to 4 days, so they can get their project done. I've had some questions come up about this program as far as like, well, what if I want to do more than one project? You can do that. You can have a couple different projects going on at the same time under one loan. Now, you can't do a home improvement loan for one project, have it closed, and then ask for another one. You have to pay it off first. So if you're planning on doing more than one project, and it's more advantageous for you to just use one general contractor for all those projects, you can do more than one under that loan. And the other great thing is again, if you're a disabled veteran of 30% or more, you qualify for that discounted interest rate, which is 0.5 percentage point lower than whatever the market rate is. We also operate 9 Texas State Veterans Homes across the state of Texas, one of them being right here in El Paso, the Ambrosio Guillen. I know that you guys have been over there for events. I've been over there for events in the past. It's always nice to go and speak with the veterans that reside there. They all have great stories to tell, and they come from different generations. During the pandemic, they stopped a lot of the in-person events because their health and well-being was first and foremost in everyone's mind. But they did start a couple programs to help with that. And one of them was the mail drop program, where people can sign up online. They get linked up with a veteran in one of the homes, depending on where they live, and they can write letters and pictures, drawings. We've actually had entire classrooms from schools sign up, so they could communicate with these veterans. And I can tell you, the veterans really appreciate it. They appreciate, the community reaching out and speaking with them about their service and, letting them tell their story. We also have a 100 for 100 program where for our veteran residents that are turning 100 years old, the goal is to get them 100 birthday cards for their 100th birthday. I know that in 2019, the first year they started it, there were 4 residents that turned 100, and each of them received over 1,000 birthday cards each, which really is just a testament to the communities across Texas that, we value our veterans, we value their service to the country, and we want to honor them, in the best way that we know how. And so that's just a couple small ways that, we've put together some programs to help our veteran residents. They are building a new one in Fort Worth, so it will become our 10th veterans home in Texas. We also operate 4 Texas State Veteran Cemeteries across the state. The closest one here to El Paso is in Abilene, and they have an unaccompanied veterans burial program where those veterans with no known next of kin, they get buried with full military honors. They always invite the public to come out and support these veterans, and honor their service. Everything beyond the gates is pretty much taken care of by the VLB. And, we work with other community partners for the rest of it to make sure that that veteran is interred with honor. We do have a Voices of Veterans program as well, where veterans can, the VLB interviews veterans about their time in service, lets them tell their story. They archive that in the General Land Office archives alongside, other Texas history such as the Alamo. And, it's just another great way to give back to the veterans that live here in the great state of Texas and let them tell their stories for the community here. And if, anyone out there ever has any questions about the VLB, they can always reach out to me. My email is don.parrott@glo.texas.gov. I know Shelia has all my information. So, if anybody needs to get in touch with me, they can always reach out to her. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I'm always happy to connect with veterans. Anything that I can do on my end to help them, guide them, towards whatever it is they need, I will do that. And, we are also on different social media platforms. We're on YouTube, Facebook, we're on Instagram. And, so check us out, and then you can always go to the vlb.texas.gov website as well, which is where you're going to find the most information. There's more information on there than I could ever hope to remember. So, and that's about what I got for the VLB. So I'm going to hand it on back to you, Shelia.
So I do have a question.
Yes.
I know you said 30% or more, they can get a discount. So do they have to have a disability rating in order to use the services with the VLB?
No. You just have to be a veteran, active duty, Texas National Guard, a reservist with 20 qualifying years for retirement, a disabled veteran that was, taken out from service-connected disabilities, or you could be the spouse of a soldier who's missing in action or died from a disability-related or service-connected disability to use the program. And the other thing is you just have to be a Texas resident. Meaning, what that means is, and it's on the date of the application. So if you move to Texas, right, and you're here for a day, you've established that residency for the programs. So, it's just how it is, and it's pretty easy to be qualified for it.
Okay, and I don't know if you mentioned discharge status. Does it matter their discharge status to get help with the VLB?
Everything other than dishonorable discharge. So.
Okay, and I know the housing loan program for repairs and stuff. I didn't know about it before, but I know it came in very handy for when we had that big rainfall last year, because Natalie herself was helping somebody because they couldn't qualify for anything else. So we turned them to you guys, and y'all were able to square away his housing. And I was glad that we had just learned about that program, because we were getting so many calls of people needing assistance with repairs and they didn't qualify for anything. Or like, contact them, they'll square you away. So I think that's an awesome program.
Yeah, and just another note on that, on the website, if somebody's curious about the types of projects that they can do, you can go to the website and there is a whole list of all the approved projects that can be done. Now, I will make a note for those that might be listening out there, it does not include pools, unfortunately. And, for a place like El Paso, I wish it did, but, who knows, someday they might add it. But it's pretty comprehensive. I mean, there's, people can build garages, extra additions, things of that. I mean, the list is huge. So, if you're ever curious, you can just go to the website and have a link there where you can just check it all out.
That's awesome. Natalie's phone died. That's why she's no longer on with us. But I wanted to thank you on behalf of both of us for joining us today. I know you stay busy, but we greatly appreciate it.
No, always. I'm always glad to come on. And, I love what the Veteran One Stop does. I love what you do at Emergence and the MVPN. The work that you do is vital to our community and to the veterans that are suffering from silent struggles that they may not know where to go or who to talk to. So I'm very much supportive of what the Veteran One Stop does as a whole. And anything that I can do on my end to help, I'm always available to do that.
We greatly appreciate it. You stay safe.
All right, take care.